The other day, I caught myself reading restaurant reviews while I was sitting inside the restaurant. Think about how insane that is. I was already there. I could see the place. I could smell the food. I had physically eaten the food. And I was still on my phone going, you know what? Let's see what Brian thought. Who the hell is Brian? Why does Brian get a vote? Brian gave the place 2 stars because parking was difficult. Now somehow Brian is involved in my lunch? That's where we are in 2026. Nobody trusts themselves anymore. But we trust Brian. We become a civilization of second opinions, looking for a first opinion. Nobody watches a movie. They check Rotten Tomatoes. Nobody listens to a song. They check the streams. Nobody dates a person. They conduct an audit. Dating apps turned romance into an Amazon review. 4 stars, good smile, packaging damaged, arrived emotionally unavailable. And before you laughed, I've done it too. I've looked at the dating app profile and thought, she seems amazing. Then also immediately thought, wait, why is she interested in me? And that's not my insecurity, that's just quality control. Look, I work in entertainment. I spent years around actors, writers, comics, producers, and musicians. And you know what all those jobs taught me? People don't know if something is good. They know it's approved. That's different. You write a screenplay. Nobody asks if it's good. They ask who read it. You tell a joke. Nobody asks if it's funny. They ask, hey, where you performed? You make a movie. Nobody asks, is it moving? They ask, what's it sold for? Or we've outsourced judgment. Hollywood's the best example, the funniest. Hollywood says, we want original ideas, but look, you don't. No, you don't. You want original ideas that remind you of successful ideas. And look, that's not originality, that's memory. A studio exec will tell you, we're looking for a bold new voice. That's from 40 minutes describing somebody else's voice. At this point, originality in Hollywood is like Bigfoot. Everybody says they want to find it, but nobody wants to be alone in the woods with it. And nobody's terrified of AI. I mean, well, now everybody's terrified of AI. AI is taking jobs, AI is taking art, AI is taking creativity. Maybe, because AI didn't kill independent thinking. It walked into the room and found the body. Most people already think like software. A thing happens, but nobody asks, what happened? They ask, what are we saying about this? And then wait for instructions. A celebrity, a podcaster, a political party, an influencer, anybody. Please tell me what my independent opinion is. And social media just made it worse. Social media says, be yourself, and rewards everybody for acting exactly the same. The entire internet is a high school cafeteria filled with Wi-Fi. Everybody claims not to care what people think. Everybody's staring at everybody else's table. And maybe that's why everything's feeling weird right now. Nobody wants to be wrong. People don't want the truth. They want consensus. Truth can be lonely. Consensus comes with a group discount. So here's my question. If Rotten Tomatoes disappeared tomorrow, if podcasts disappeared, if influence disappeared, if algorithms disappeared, what would you actually like? What would you actually believe? What would you even know? That's the scary part. Not AI, not politics, not Hollywood. The scary part is realizing how many of our opinions are just rented furniture. We don't own them. We're making monthly payments. And if you don't believe me, ask Brian. Apparently, he's running everything.